Proud of our team. The resiliency we showed in the second half was great. One turnover in the second half really, to me, tells the story of the game. And just making plays when things aren't going well, and competing when things aren't going well. So really proud of the effort. It was one of those knockdown, drag 'em out games, and we made just enough plays like we needed to.
Questions we got?
Deanne, can you talk about your run, that 11-2 run that paved the way to victory? It really, your defense, but also you knocked down the team knocked down some key shots. Can you talk about that?
I didn't realize we had that big run. I was just out there playing and just doing whatever it takes to win. And that run is what we needed because we was down, 7 at the half. And then everybody started getting, lost in the game and then just come together as a team just to get the win. It was all about just getting the win. So, yeah.
There's been some rebounds that haven't been gotten in past games.
Yeah.
When you look here tonight, you had 18 yourself. Just talk about that difference there.
Actually, I didn't know I had 18. It's when Coach came in the locker room and told me I had 18. I was like, I had 18? Y'all sure? We needed them. That's all I could say. We needed those rebounds. We out-rebounded them on the offensive and defensive. So, and that's our identity too. Always out-rebounding teams and getting second chance points.
The big one was the one falling out of bounds and you threw it.
Oh, down court?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of that was luck? How much of that was, did you just feel it or what? The first person I was going to pass it to was Jimmy, but he was still out of bounds. And I kind of surveyed the court as fast as I can, and nobody was open. And first thing come is throw it down to my side of the rim. Everything happened so quick. I know how it happened, but it happened so quick in that little second.
Jalen, that's 4 straight wins. Started last week when you took down Akron's winning streak, and it seems like you've built and you're starting to build on it. Are you building momentum to the last couple of games and possibly grabbing one of those buys to the MAC tournament?
I definitely feel like we're gaining momentum at the right time. We came together right before the Akron game, and we were just saying this could be the start of a wonderful journey and a wonderful story. And so we just came together as a team and we said we're gonna take one game at a time, but we're gonna leave it all on the court.
In the final seconds, when they got it to 1, and then you made your foul shots, which were absolutely crucial. Without saying much from the coaches, was there much talk of who might take that final shot? Was there any key to look at Simmons or Kaminsky if they go to that around the arc because they needed the three-pointer to at least tie the game?
Well, I'm not sure as far as my coaches, but as far as me, I've been guarding Simmons the whole game. I feel like he's the leader of that team, so I feel like he was taking the shot. So personally, I feel like I had to sit down and guard him and get the stop.
What was different this time? What was different other than the score, Jalen, from the first game you met Ohio?
It was our effort. I think our effort was very different. I think our mindset of winning was just different. So when we come together as a team and we just want to win and we put the effort forward to win, I feel like we can win against anybody.
Jalen, the last 3 games, you guys have been real good at games, going pound for pound against already the 3 best teams in the Mid-American Conference. I believe you won 9 of your last 11 ball games. I understand, typical response is each game is another team on the schedule. However, you guys really couldn't be getting any hotter at any better time. What do you think's the difference now at this point in the season as opposed to the beginning of the year when games that normally this close would go the other way?
Well, I think in the beginning of the season, you know that you have so many games left. Okay, it's only, like Coach says, it was only December, it might be January, so we still have February and March. Now we're in late February, March is coming up, and we know we only had 3 games left, so it's like we have to leave it all on the court. This is all it is.
Talk about the free throws at the end. You guys needed all of them, and for a while there, as a team, you guys were sitting at 50%.
Well, personally, I just missed free throws that I felt like I should have made last game, so I had to get in the gym and get extra work and just be able to knock those down as a point guard. And my other teammates knocked the free throws down as well.
A comment from both of you, though, about Jimmy. He just, again, when you needed it, he came up big, especially that defense, that block shot, right after you took the lead. That seemed like that was a very big play in the game.
Well, as one of our leaders and a senior on our team, those are the plays that he always makes. Like you said, he's always there when we need him. So as a senior and as a leader of our team, we just continue to need him to be able to do that.
How much were you guys able to feed off the crowd energy there, especially on the last 2 minutes?
We always feed off the crowd energy. Anytime our crowd shows up and they're loud and they're energetic, it feeds us crazy.
Dion, during that run that you guys had, OU was the 63 points for a long time in the ballgame. I think you guys really got in their head a bit. I mean, especially that 10-second call, I'd argue, was probably the turning point of the ballgame. Can you explain that a little bit?
Man, Troy, I was just out there, just lost in the game. Y'all keep asking me, but this run, I didn't feel like it was a big run because we were still down. And I was just focusing, man, we need this win. We got to sit down and play D. But I think, they was relaxing. They feel just because they was up, they still could win this game. But knowing we group of guys, we know what we could do. And, we just going to grind it out and see what comes out,
I think you sat on the brakes a little bit when
Yeah.
you had that lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm lost for words. This was a big game. My thoughts not all there right now.
Any other questions for the guys? Jay, at least one real quick. I mean, turnovers are so important to your success, and I believe you got 8 straight games of that one. Just kind of talk about how important that is to the team and your role in it.
Don't
just-
jinx him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just as a point guard, I just feel like I have to take care of the ball. If anybody else on the court has to take care of the ball, definitely me, because I bring the ball to the court every play. So I have to be able to take care of it, and I have to be able to continue to control our team and make sure that we get a shot every possession.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, get some rest, right? Dion,
Yeah.
you lead the charge of rest.
Huh?
Lead the rest charge. Get rest.
Rob, you dug real deep tonight in the second half. You were down 13, and then it seemed like everything started to fall into place. Can you talk about
Just stuck
the
together,
surge?
yeah. The biggest thing is we stuck together. To me, that was the biggest thing. At no point did we get off the sort of the page of what we were trying to do. The entire 40 minutes. First half, I thought we were a little bit off the page. 9 turnovers. We hadn't had 9 turnovers in a half in forever. And I thought we were over-dribbling, not moving the ball nearly well enough offensively. Now, the offensive numbers, first half, second half, in terms of shooting percentage, not a ton of difference. But we were able to drive the ball, get it to the basket, get some transition points, get some second chance points in the second half because I thought the ball moved 1,000 times better. And just stuck together.
When I asked the guys, can you take us through your mind in those last moments when they came down, whether it be Simmons or Kaminsky,
Yeah.
even though Kaminsky had his foul trouble, he's still dangerous from that arc.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what was some of the strategy in the defense?
Yeah, well, when there was 5 seconds to go, I asked the guys on the roster that were out there if they wanted to foul or defend. That's always a debate. But I said, okay, what do you guys want to do here right now? Like, if we're going to defend, then we can't let these guys, we got to switch all the handoffs and ball screens and make sure we don't give up a 3. And, that's what they wanted to do. And, they got to stop. I mean, that's all these guys. That's not me. That's the guys on the roster. I mean, they competed at a really high level. Jalen Walker, those two guys, Dion and J.A. are here. Jalen Walker, Jimmy, those two guys competed at such a high level tonight when things weren't going well for them. So Dez, I thought, gave us big minutes defensively. Had a couple assists during that run. I just thought our team competed. Mitch was awful all night, and then he kept the ball alive that Jimmy offensive rebounded for our first lead. And I say that about Mitch because that's sort of his value. I mean, you look at his stat line, and that's about as bad as you can get. But you know what? he doesn't even get credit for a rebound, but that's as big a play as there is in the game, right? I mean, we miss a layup. If we don't get that offensive rebound, Jimmy put back and one, we may lose the game, right? But the guy who keeps it alive was Mitch. So sometimes his value goes beyond the box score. And I thought Jalen Walker's value tonight went beyond the box score. He guarded at a high level, competed at a high level, and helped us win.
When you mentioned the turnovers in the first half, you had 9 of them. You also had trouble stopping Laster coming off the
Yeah.
bench.
Their bench was great in the first half, and it was really disappointing to me that our bench in the first half, I thought, was not very good. And in the second half, I thought Dez in particular played well. I know statistically you don't see a ton, but I thought he played well, and I thought Kevin played pretty well in the second half also. And we sort of shortened the bench because these guys got to come ready to go. We need production.
Coach, maybe a bit of an obvious question here, but when you guys are down by that deficit going into the locker room, any different things done as a coach to rally the troops, or just business as usual? Let's go out in the second half, take care of business.
No, I mean, listen, the biggest thing was telling these guys that, we got to play the way we had played for the last 5 halves. Last 5 halves, we hadn't had 9 turnovers or even touching 9 turnovers in a half. So we had to change the way we were playing, and I thought we did. I thought our guys responded in a really good manner because, again, if we kept playing the same way we were playing in the first half, we would have had 18 turnovers and we would have lost by 16 points. We changed how we played, and the ball got inside and the ball got moved. And, again, when we missed shots, we went and offensive rebounded it. And when we didn't make a shot, we defended still. In the first half, we didn't do any of that. So at the end of the day, the players, these guys changed the way we were playing, and that's the change in the result.
Think there's anyone outside of your locker room, and I don't even know in there at some points that thought you could go, you take
No,
out
there's
Macker.
nobody that thought that. No,
I mean,
no.
Just talk about when the switch flipped or whatever happened.
Second half of Miami is what I'd say, right? We went down at halftime against Miami, and John Fleming, he said some stuff to our team which, in my opinion, changed the trajectory of how our season has played out to this point. We still have 2 more games, and listen, we can lose both of them and lose in the first round of the tournament. I know well enough to know how this league is, right? Like, you got to bring it every night. You got to play well every night to have a chance to win. But John Fleming at halftime, in my opinion, what he said to our guys, really changed how they came out the next game. And from that point forward, minus the first half of this game, and we competed in the first half of this game, but we didn't play the way we had been playing. And again, by the 9 turnovers, that's the number that I can use to show that. That to me was a turning point.
You probably can't say what he said. I know.
No, listen, that's stuff that's in the locker room that, a lot of things sometimes are said in the locker room that stay in the locker room. And I'll just say that John's a leader of our team. One of them, Jimmy, Dion, John. Jalen Avery's shown tremendous leadership here over the last month since I started playing him. Jalen Walker, Mitch, those guys all, and then guys off the bench. I don't want to say we just need them to contribute with positive energy and positive contributions. And, I'm sure that's coming. I believe in all those guys. So I'm sure it's coming. It's just got to come.
Coach, tonight, Dion did a tremendous job getting to the free throw line.
Yeah.
You really like those high percentage looks, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's strong, physical, and, he was able to get a bunch in transition where they fouled him and drive it strong and get to the free throw line and made most of them. Yeah.
Any other questions, Coach? All right.
Okay, fellas, thank you guys. Have a good weekend.
Congratulations.
Thanks.